Hello friends, my name is Vaishar Shah and today I'm going to present you a tool called Simple File Encryptor. Now basically this tool is an encryption decryption tool using AES 256-bit encryption method. So we know AES uh, is an encryption method based on a design principle known as substitution permutation network. It is really fast in both software and hardware. Now, unlike its predecessor, DES, it does not use a Faisal network. It uses block and key sizes in multiple of 32 bits with a minimum of 128 bits and a maximum of 256 bits. And the key size of the AES bit encryption method used in SFE tool is 256 bits. Now let's learn some more about AES encryption method. Now the key size used for an AES cipher specifies the number of repetitions of transformation rounds that convert the input into ciphertext. Now SFE can be used in three different. I'm going to call the Simple File Encryptor tool SFE. And now it can be used in three different ways. One of them is encrypting or decrypting a text file. We can load a file or we can just type a text into a text box that can be encrypted. The another use of SFE tool is to encrypt or decrypt files or folders. And the third one, lastly, and I think one of the best feature of this tool is that we can create an encrypt box, which is like a permanently secure folder on our hard drive. So whatever we put into that folder, it directly gets encrypted with the AES 256-bit encryption method. Now let me show you how this tool is going to work. And let's say it's okay. So this is the SFE tool, really simple, very easy. It doesn't need any knowledge of programming or any cryptography logics. So all we need is some basic computer skills. Now let's try to convert a plain text into ciphertext. Now this is the first implementation of this tool, as I talked about. We can type a text in this text box here, and let's say my name, sorry, is Vaishar Shah. Okay, let's try to encrypt it. So it is password protected. It's every time we want to decrypt or open the file, it requires a password, so it's really secure. Now let's put a password here. Okay, see, this tool also gives us an option to export the encrypted file, so we can save it somewhere, anywhere on our hard drive. Let's say I don't want to export it. As we can see, the text has been converted into AES encryption method, a ciphertext through AES 256-bit. So it's really cool, really easy to do, and we can also load a file if we want to. So let's say we have a text document. Let's make a notepad document and try to upload it on the SFE tool. My name is Vaishar Shah. Save it. I'll just put it on the desktop. Okay, so now we have got a new file here, which we can load it into the SFE tool. Now let's say demo. Okay, so this is the file, and this is the text input in it. So let's encrypt it. Again, it requires a password here. Really secure. Would you like to export the file? No, and we get the output here. It's really good. Now let's talk about its second implementation. Okay, so this was the first one. Now to sum up the first implementation, it has a text box in which we can type the text we want to encrypt. This method is password protected, and this tool gives us the option to export a file, so we can save the ciphertext on our hard drive anywhere. Now let's talk about the second implementation. Now we need to select a file or a folder that we want to encrypt. Then we can encrypt the given file using a password. Now there are a couple of features included in this method. It's like it lets us delete the original file or folder, so we can just keep the encrypted file. Now if we keep the original file, then I don't think it means anything, because we don't want any information to be leaked to someone else. So we just want to keep the encrypted version of it. So it gives us the option to directly do that. And one another feature is that it lets us compress the file and then encrypt it. So that really helps for big sizes. Now let's talk about its working. Let's say it is the second dialog box we can see here. That is the second option. And okay, so we have got a couple of options here. If we want to encrypt a file or a folder, let's say a folder, then I'm going. If I want to keep the compress on or off, I don't have any big files, so I just keep that off. And if I want to remove the originals, yeah, then I have to go to select this one. Now let's look for a folder which has a file in it that we can encrypt. Now let's put demo. Let's copy demo into demonstration folder. Okay, so I'll keep the input folder as I'll choose that one. So the folder is demonstration on the desktop. Okay, so let me see, where is the demonstration folder? Okay, here it is. Okay, we have to also select an output folder. So let me check if we have an output folder. Okay, this is a plain output folder. I'm going to select that folder for the output file. Okay, now this is all is password protected, and we'll remove the original file. So let's hope that this demonstration folder gets deleted after encrypted. So let's try to encrypt it. It's of course password protected, really easy, really secure. And we see inside the demonstration file, as we can see, the notepad file that was here has been deleted. That was the original file. And about output folder, we get this encrypted text. So it's really easy. We just have to click a couple of buttons without having the knowledge of encrypting, cryptography, or any programming skills. And let's say we want to try another option like decrypt it. So let's say I'm going to decrypt that. We'll select that file. It's password protected, of course. Let's say if it's been decrypted. Okay, yep, it is decrypted. It's really easy to do, very simple. Now let's talk about its third implementation. Like, as I said that before, its third implementation is to create an encrypt box. Like, it is a permanently secure folder on our drive. So whatever we keep in it, it automatically gets encrypted. If we want to decrypt a file, we just have to drag that file into that folder and it directly gets encrypted. Let's see how that works. Okay, so we need to create a folder for that and put its path in this SFE tool. Now let's see if we have a folder that we can encrypt. Okay, so let's use the output folder. Now it already has a file in it. Let's see if it gets encrypted after making it as an encrypt box. Now let's select that option. That's the output folder. We have the output folder here. Now we need to play this like start encrypt box. So of course it's password protected as usual. And I think that's the right one. Oh, they don't match. I'm sorry. Yeah. So if we want to delete the original files, we can select that option. It also gives us an option to display the output, like if we want the encrypted file to be displayed or not, we can also select that. Then there are subdirectories, like if we want to the secure folder that which we have created, and if it has subdirectories, and if we want to encrypt them too. So we've got a couple of options here. Now let's see what has happened to the output folder after starting it and making it as an encrypt box. So we have a file here, and let's say we delete it, and we just drag another demo file into this folder. Now we have selected the option here to delete the original file, and as we can see, it has been deleted here, and we've got an encrypted file here in the output folder. Well, it works, so it seems like so. So yeah, these some of its features. Now let's talk about its installation of this tool. Now this tool is really easy to use. It has no software requirements. It is just a 2 MB file application which is easily available on the internet. So we just have to download that file, and now this is like a standalone application, so it does not require any setup or something. So we just have to run the software, the application or the tool after just downloading it. And yeah, we may get an option to update the tool, so just update it so we can countermand the glitches of the previous version. And after updating, I've seen that the encrypt box works really well. There were a couple of glitches there before, but not after the update, so it's really good. Now let's talk about its features. So we have seen that it has an AES 256-bit password protected file and folder encryption. It really creates encrypted secure text documents. It can be used for our email passwords and logins, which we always make notes in our laptop or on our cell phone. So it's really good to use this software here. Now we can by just right clicking, we can encrypt and decrypt files and folders with 256-bit AES. Now we know that 256-bit AES encryption method is one of the most modern and one of the most secure encryption method. Now we also get options to compress before encryption, no setup required, as I said, just a standalone application. And also let's create an encrypt box, which is like a fake secure folder on our hard drive. So concluding on this tool, I think SFE tool has been used for encrypting or decrypting files and folders. It uses AES 256-bit encryption method. It is a modern world encryption method used widely throughout the world because of its secure method. So we can secure files, folders, stacks, create a secure folder on our drive. We can use it for passwords, logins, for a social networking site, bank accounts, anything. And this tool, what is the specialty of this tool is it's really easy to work with. So it is really secure because of AES encryption and we can say the advanced encryption standard, and it's really easy to work with. Now we can conclude that SFE can be used in place of more sophisticated softwares, as it gives the same services in a much simpler way. Now these are some of the references that I use. Wikipedia and just normal Google stuff. Thank you. I hope you like this software. You have a good day, guys.